EA Sports coverage of the National Football League comes to you from Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, Michigan. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Here's the punter, Sam Martin, now ready to get us started. And we are underway from Ford Field. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The drive will start with an option going left. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 73 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
He's come on the hard, ready to move. 59.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. Now a first down throw, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. To try again after the sack, Stafford. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop.
22.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the Saints. 20, 10, and he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. And, Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Hey, Charlie. 6-man. Check curls.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Going for it all. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Ready. 5-9. Switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike 40. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Shotgun now for Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Stafford delivers this to Hockenson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. There he goes left side. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They run. It's Johnson going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or two. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Mike, yellow waiting. He's coming.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there. Second down. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
12.
Mike 40.
Here we go, D. Here we go.
Now Breeze on third down. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he finds Cook. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Drew Brees, his second touchdown pass here in the opening quarter of this game, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Lutz now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack on first down, Stafford, he'll get this one to Galladay. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Throwing on third down, Stafford looking downfield, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, 72 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point good by Prater, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his second touchdown here in this first half as his guys continue to pour it on. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he's got Amendola on the connection. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number 1. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Stafford now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a first and 10. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. From just shy of midfield, Stafford. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Well, Charles, 18 of the 32 teams have now played 8 games, half their season. The other 14 will reach the midway point next week, so we'll save the midseason grades and awards until then. But
thank you. I like that.
Yeah, we'll wait on that. But let's look at a few underperforming teams thus far that have played 8 games, and you tell me what you think their final record's going to be. Let's start with the Chargers at 3-5.
Big win in Chicago on Sunday. I like them to go 5-3 down the stretch. That gives them 8 wins. Actually, having them go 6-2. I think they're going to go 9-7.
Ooh, right there on the edge of the playoffs. Okay, let's stay in the AFC West. How about the Broncos at 2-6 right now?
I just don't see that offense improving. I think that they win 2 more games and go 4-12.
Okay. And Giants, 2-6. They're underperforming.
Yeah, but their schedule really lightens up on the back end. They're playing hard. I'm going to give them 6 wins, 6-10.
Lastly, and I might duck under the table when you answer this one, the Falcons are 1-7.
Yeah, that's a tough one because I wonder about what's going to happen with their head coach. But I think they'll play better down the stretch. 4 wins, 4-12.
You're off the hot seat, my friend.
Thank you.
Here's Breeze to throw. And that is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Stafford, he's going to find his running back. It's complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, and he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
49, check 49.
A carry now for McKissick. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. Here's McKissick. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. From the 50, Stafford. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. To throw is Stafford. And the pressure gets to him again. Cameron Jordan, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. Complete to Jones. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make, because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll go again with McKissick. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. They will run it. It's McKissick. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. It's caught. Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Back to throw, Stafford. He completes it to Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
22 by 22.
On first down, it's Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's second and 10 now from about the 32.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. 50-50. 22's coming, Mike. Hey, Foxtrot.
To throw again, Stafford. This is caught, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Lions are in for 6. Prater for the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. Check three. Hey, kill.
They run it again with Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Ready. 5-9. Mike 51. Know your job.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. They bring Rashawn Melvin on the corner blitz, and he gets there. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Agnew now to return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
White. Check 26, check 26.
They'll run with McKissick. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Omaha, ready to move.
On the tackle. 10 yards on the pickup.
Check 3, 218, chop.
At the Saints' 34-yard line.
Zebra. Lucky.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Hey, Wood. I got you, boy. Light 22.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Looking for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now it's Stafford. His throw incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
47, Mike. 47, Mike. Mike, 47. Come for you.
On 3rd down, Stafford. It's complete to Jones. And they'll get this down to the 10. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion 1st down. Stafford now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Cameron Jordan, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Interception, baby. All day.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
3 buzz.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Again, it's Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Lions will take over.
At their own
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He couldn't hook up with Amendola there, and it'll bring up third down. The Lions on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Amendola's got it, complete. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Stafford now to throw. Flushed out, and I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Ready. Yeah, we're waiting. Switch the mic right here. We'll go mic 40, mic 40. Watch the run, watch the run. Ready, take.
Breeze now on 1st down. And this one complete to Smith. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing now is Breeze. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Flush to his right. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Out to his left. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Caught by Jones. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset, and let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And it's 3rd down.
Ready? 95-56. It's me and you. It's just me and you.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's to his running back, complete. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Jones has it, and they move this all the way down to the 9. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Now Stafford.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Hey, Marty. Switch up, switch up.
Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Get him.